all right. So we are live. Hi, Achim. Achim? No, he lost his connection. Very nice. Achim, can you hear me?
So now I can hear you.
Okay.
I guess I had a little hiccup here with my internet connection.
Okay. So welcome everybody. I hope why do I get myself in the why here myself because I'm monitoring the streams and the streams are on, so I hear myself. So all right, so hi everybody. So as always, we are living on the edge. Welcome to our stream. Today we ask us anything. Just post your questions in the comments, and we should have a version here where we can see both the comments from Facebook and YouTube again. I'll bring up the comments window and we'll give it a try and see how it works. So let me just quickly, I have to sign into chat into YouTube. That's okay. So let me just quickly type my password and I'm in, and I can say something. Hi, this is a question. Hypothetically. So let's see if I can see this. I can see it and I can turn it live. And that's the comments from the YouTube channel. Wow. Okay. But Achim, I see it twice in the comments window. So we have to do some more work on this. So let's do the same thing with.
So do you have a social media source installed for this?
No, just the live stream. So what's changing about the social media is that we can now have multiple sources for comments. You can have your live stream endpoint, your YouTube live stream or Facebook live stream endpoint, and you can define an endpoint by using a social media source. And that gives you the ability to capture comments from a post or live stream that you're not streaming to from mimoLive. And that is useful if you're using a different encoder outside of mimoLive for live streaming, and we've added this. And I don't see any comments from the Facebook page. I see the Facebook page, but maybe they are comments that are have been commented on the post before we started the live stream. So let me just quickly type comment. Hi there, please post your comments, your questions in the comments, and let's see if this shows up in my audience comment window. No, it doesn't, Achim. So
actually we are running the latest developer internal release here, and we did in this area, we did some changes, last minute changes, and hopefully I know what the problem is. So the problem would be that you have currently two sources. One is for YouTube and one is for Facebook, but both are looking at YouTube right now. So you get the comments from YouTube twice, and no social media sources currently looking at Facebook. So I guess you just add a social media source, and this should.
I did that. I added a social media source for Facebook, and now I have access to the amazing comments in the Facebook section. So
Right.
one other thing I can add here, and I'm working on a beta version, so it might just crash, Let's do the.
Hopefully not.
Let's do the social media, the Facebook page count. What's the name of that? Social media likes.
It's the social media likes.
Yeah, so I can put a social media likes here. We should do the long numbers as a default, Achim, so that it makes sense for. So I can show it here. Now I can't because I have to do another Facebook source, another data source. To enable this.
So actually, you don't have a screen share to show what you're doing right now.
So, yeah, no, that's okay. I'm waiting, just killing some time until people show up in the stream and ask questions. So every time I add a media source, I get another version of the YouTube comments in my another copy of the YouTube comments in my comments thing. So let's see what we have. Page likes for Boinx software. Let me see. I can pull them up and just select the data source here. And Facebook live comments and reactions. Boinx software likes. Then I can put this live, and I see we have 4,500 people, 4,005 people liking the Boinx software page. And if you want to see this number change, you can just go to the Boinx software page and like the page. I can do that now. Engagement, yes. So let's see if we get any more likes during this live cast. I don't see any comments. Is it possible that I may have to put the stream live somehow? Is it, can you see us? I think we can. I think the stream should be live on Facebook and YouTube, and currently there's no issue streaming out, so you should be able to see it and post questions. Yeah, I see the point. I see the post. There's only one person watching, so this is disappointing. Oh, Stepan, everything's okay. Yeah, but we do have someone. So now we have, of course, I have to move the social media likes thing out of the way. Maybe over here instead. So yes, that looks nice. Let's just save that. Stepan, yes, thank you. If you have any questions, please post it in the comments. All right.
Today we didn't prepare any special topics, so
Stepan says we should announce new features. Do we announce new features today? Yeah, we're announcing new feature. New feature is gonna be YouTube comments. Just like Facebook comments, we now have the YouTube comments restored. We used to have used YouTube comments before, but we had an issue. We had the issue that after an hour, the incoming comments wouldn't show up in the comments window anymore, and Achim can explain why that was and how we fixed it.
Yes, the issue was that YouTube wants us to relog in every hour to fetch new data from their server, and we didn't do that in the correct way. So YouTube banned us on one connection, and we don't get any comments from the stream anymore. So now we fixed that, and the relogin will be done automatically, of course. In the background, you won't notice it, but it's a security feature of YouTube, and now that we do it correctly, we can certainly get more comments and over time, more than just an hour. So now actually I got the...
All right, so yeah, we got We got another comment from Stepan, Achim, that you will like. You will like this comment. We are waiting for the window capture source fixed.
Yes, we are working hard on that currently. We discussed this with many people, and we learned about what the problem is in mimoLive, and we're currently trying to get more power out of the machine to get really stable frame rates from window capturing, and it looks good, but we have some stones in the way we need to push out of the way. So, but we are working on it. So I'm pretty sure that we can fix it.
Oh, another comment from Stepan. Stepan is, thank you for keeping these questions coming. Also waiting playlist of layers with delays and simultaneous starts of layers. So, what can we say about this, Achim? Should I do that? Or?
Yeah, you can take it.
Let me take this question. So, right now, this is a feature request that is on our list of things to do. It's not very high up in the priority list right now, due to several other things we need to do before that. In the meantime, have you tried using the remote control surface, which is possible to do one button that turns off things and on things at the same time? So several layers can be turned off and on at the same time. It's a little bit complicated to set up. We admit that, and certainly we want to do it better than this. But right now, that's what we can offer. And also, if you can script, you can make some scripts that call the API and tell mimoLive remotely to do things. So theoretically, it would be possible to have a macro recorder application call the API and automate things this way. Again, not a perfect solution, but right now that's how you can get some of the things you want to do. Also, I think I saw your comment in the forum, Stepan, if that was you. Some layers already offer the ability to have timers, like the lower thirds and some others that you can time to turn off after a certain time again. So once you trigger them, a countdown runs, and after the countdown is off, it turns off the layer. This is a feature right now that has to be in the layer, so not all the layers support it. Some layers would certainly be able to, but some layers are certainly able to do this. Now we get some more comments, which is exciting, and we can try new stuff.
Yeah, so Lisa, should I just do a quick demo of how to add multiple actions to a button in the remote control?
Good idea. That's a good idea. So I will turn over to you after this quick Mark Ferdinand call out. Hi. And turn over to your screen, and
okay.
You can take it from here.
Okay, I'm starting the latest release and creating a decent document for demoing it. So, so you can see me. Hi again. To take advantage of the remote control, you need to switch on the HTTP server, which is built in the mimoLive. And for this, you're going to the mimoLive preferences and select the remote control tab and switch on allow remote control access. Now, mimoLive works like an HTTP server, and the remote control is actually a web application and runs in any browser. So you can run it on your phone, you can run it on iOS device, what have you. So in this case, it's running in the Safari browser. I'm just creating a small and defining a small remote control. So here we go. And now from the beginning, I'm in the edit mode, so I can create my own surface here. And this is how I add a button. I can just use the buttons that are already in the document. So it makes sense to first create the document in mimoLive and then create actually the remote control surface for it. So heading back to the document, for demoing, I just add a station logo. And also a analog clock. Here we go. I position the clock over here, and the station logo is right on the right side. So I have both elements in my program out. And once you want to switch them on simultaneously, you need to be quick and switch them with the buttons here. That doesn't work out very well. So for demoing, I will switch both to cut so that they don't, so they are appearing immediately, so we can see if they are simultaneously or not. So now I go back to my remote control surface because I want to define one single button that will actually trigger both layers at the same time. I start off with a custom button, just a blank button, and with this here you can define multiple things like station logo, well, it says overlays. That's just the title. You see in the background it will update the button name. You can specify a color. Green, today is green day, like my shirt. And I can select one of the predefined icons if I want to, let's say, image icon. I can redefine the dimensions of the button. Currently it's 1 by 1, so I can make it bigger, wider, whatever the layout should look like. And now the interesting part, I can add actions to this button. Once I select it, I get a pop-up menu or menu to select the target. In this case, I want to toggle the analog clock layer. So I select this one, and I get several actions. And one is toggle live state. And now I have defined to toggle the live state. Just to see if it works, I press the button and the analog clock will switch on, and I press it again and the analog clock will disappear. So going back to the edit mode of the surface, I can edit the button again and add another action. In this case, I want to switch on and off the station logo, also selecting the toggle live state action. And now I have both actions in my button, and once I switch to live mode, I can switch on and off simultaneously. You can see it here in the background, both layers. Also, of course, it's reflected in the layer stack. However, it's not, the triggering is not frame precise because it's asynchronous. The actions get sent to mimoLive asynchronous, so it may glitch a frame if you do overlays that needs to be at the exact same time. This is currently not possible. But it's much better than pressing the live button with the mouse, of course. You probably want to see you can also can add a live state indicator, and this I just use the analog clock because this is my reference live layer's live state. And once I have this, I even see a red bar and see if it actually live or not. So it's switching on and off. The yellow shows that it is in transition to turn off.
Very nice.
So
very nice.
yeah, just another addition to that, we also can apply keyboard shortcuts to each layers. And if I do that, triggering the layer, that would be frame precise. So for both layers, I choose the same keyboard shortcut. In this case, toggle the layer. I press on the record shortcut. I choose, for example, O for overlay. Now I have O. It's also shown here, and this I will need to do in the station logo as well. Record a shortcut, press O on the keyboard. Now both layers has O to toggle, and if I press the O button, both will be switched on and off simultaneously, and this is frame precise. Okay, so that's what this was my demo about
all right,
control interfaces and actions.
We got a follow-up question from Stepan. Is this oh yeah, put this one live. Is it possible to make remote control via HTTP by my friend remotely, but not only in my Wi-Fi network? You have to be on the same network. It's only working locally. If you put the Mac that's running on mimoLive onto the public network, it will also work on the public network, but that is not recommended because we don't have any strong protection for the remote control API. So it's recommended to run this only on a closed network without access to a public facing IP number. But it is possible if you put your Mac onto the network and give it a public network address. There's another follow-up from Stepan. Layers make close-up only when turned live, but don't work when offline. Why so? I don't really understand what he's saying. Achim, does that ring a bell somehow? Is that a problem we've discussed before?
I guess, let me see if I can just test this. So this is the follow layer, and the follow layer won't work. Yeah, I guess if it's not switched on, so as you can see, I just put on the follow layer. The purpose is that once you move around, it will follow your face, and once I switch it on, you can see that the camera is following. And trying to put my face again in the center of the screen, like a cameraman would do. I can say I want to zoom in pretty close, and it's going up and it's going down. So this is like a camera assistant. And once you switch it off, I guess there's no need to actually follow, and maybe it's because I don't know exactly. Actually, yeah, the problem is now if you switch it on, I guess it will not start at the right point, or it will. It will zoom into whatever currently it is. So maybe Stefan can describe closer what he's having issue with it.
All right, Stepan, can you please contact support@boinx.com or post in the forums, and we will follow up with your question there. All right. Jason, what cameras does Follow work with? I guess any.
Yeah, any video source. Actually, you can even use a movie. We are trying to do a face recognition and see if there's a face somehow and somewhere in the image. Let me see. I just moved it, but I have a sample image and see if it can actually. Yeah, it's detecting the face in the image as well. So Oliver, you can just turn it over to my screen again, so you can see this is our green screen sample, but it certainly finds the face here as well. And once I switch it on, it will zoom in here, of course. So any source will do.
All right, that's good. That's good. More questions. I'm a little bit out of order here with the questions because I tried to get the follow-up questions first. Stepan, how to use follow when two people's in frame? I think it will only follow one person right now. So if that is a
yes.
And it will probably get confused if there are two, and sometimes follow this and sometimes follow the other person.
Yeah, that's right. It's meant to be just one.
Yeah. So one thing that is certain is that with the new operating system with Mojave, more capabilities become available for face recognition, and maybe we will be able to supply a multi-face tracking layer in the future. Right now, the exposed stuff that's exposed to Quartz Composer only allows for one face.
Oh, that's not true, actually.
That's not true? It's following two?
No, it's the Quartz Composer knows about two faces, so I just make up, I tried to make up a little test case here. I'm not sure if I actually implemented two face recognition, so I just say use the first one you find, but certainly you can do two faces and see if there are two faces. Try to bring both in the screen. So that's my test case here. I put in two of the green screen images. And unfortunately, it's selecting just one, the first one, I guess, that it finds. And but certainly, if there's a use case, a good use case, we can. I guess it's detecting up to 10 faces at once. So maybe we can extend this.
Just to include all the faces, and then that's a good one. Also, yeah. I think that layer is something I wasn't aware of, and it's kind of what some people were requesting, where you could have virtual cameras and switch between them. This is kind of like a virtual camera assistant. So that's a good thing. All right, back to us here. Okay, more audience comments. Let me scroll back a little bit and put up this one. It's quite a long flash. Hello, gentlemen. The version mimoLive 4.2.1, and you put the videos in the playlist. The videos have remained in places, but with this version 4.3.1, videos are copied to the hard disk instead of the computer, and it takes at the hard disk of the computer, and takes a long time with the OS Mojave system. So thank you for letting us know. This is actually the first problem we get reported that seems to be an issue with Mojave. We have to look into that. I think the intended behavior is that you can choose whether the files will be copied or remain in place, and this should work. And if it doesn't work in Mojave, we certainly have to look at this. Achim is going to take a note and we will be looking at that and maybe release, make a release if we need to fix it. All right, so more questions. Stepan, another question. Any news about iPad like second screen, like teleprompter or monitor? Actually, I think if you use one of those extensions that are available that turn the iPad into a second screen, it is entirely possible already to use the second screen for a monitor, because you can just add a play out to the second screen. This should work because those tools pretend to be an actual second screen for the operating system. So it should be possible to use that. I think it's not going to be very fluent because all the data is transmitted over the Wi-Fi network to the iPad. So it's not going to be frame accurate 60 frames per second, but it should be possible to use that as a confidence monitor if you're running in your own studio or something like that. I'm correct? You correct me if I'm wrong. You're writing the ticket already.
The notes, yeah.
Okay, sorry. So Stepan, I think it should work if you use one of those apps that turn the iPad into a screen for the Mac. I'm not sure what they're called. I don't use one of them myself, so I can't tell you what the names are. But if you have one of those, it should work. Let us know if try it and let us know if it works. Teleprompter, we don't do teleprompter at this time. That is something we have on our wish list, but it's a whole new ball game. Needs a separate app probably, because mimoLive would be we have to make sure that mimoLive isn't too bloated with features that using a teleprompter inside mimoLive is probably not a good idea, but mimoLive should have no problems with working together with the teleprompter app running on your iPad, for example. So let's see. Innuendo. Hi, any major changes coming to Mojave? That's probably not our question to answer. You have to answer Apple. You have to ask Apple that. But I think I know what you mean. You mean if we have anything changing mimoLive. So our hope is that there are not grave changes in Mojave with our apps right now, because that would mean that